Hey YouTube, it's Chris. It's been a couple weeks since I've actually made a video where I'm actually talking to you guys, but I thought tonight I'd go ahead and make a video. And as you can see, this is my Game Boy collection and my old Game Boy, yes, the original one, and the Game Boy Color. I bought this Game Boy, well, I didn't buy it. I got it back in 1989 when it first came out. No, I didn't get it at launch, I can tell you that for sure. And I'll say right now, it still works. I'll show you right now. Let me go ahead and get a game and show you. There are batteries in there. Just going to turn it on. As you can see, it still works, even after all these years. I also have my Game Boy Color, and I don't know when actually I got it, and it also still works. So guess I'll go ahead and show you. Let's put a game in. Got batteries in there. As you can see, it still works. Now, for those of you who are thinking, yeah, this is a small collection, which it is. I'm not one of those guys that actually goes out and looks for games and collects games like, you know, all those big collectors and such. These are just the games I obtained throughout the Game Boy's history. So I guess I'll go ahead and just, we'll look at them. Of course, I start off with Tetris. Yes, the pack-in title, great game. Loved it. I could only get to about level 13 or so on A mode. I'm sure you guys, some of you guys can actually get further, but nonetheless, great game. Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Yes, I've beat this game. And I will say, the NES version of Metroid, which I have beat, I literally memorized most everything in it. This one, I literally can't remember a whole bunch in terms of where stuff is. So I'll tell you right now, if I played it today, I need to rely on a map. Pit Fighter, back in the day, used to think this game was pretty good. Nowadays, I think it pretty much stinks. Enough said. Double Dragon Game Boy. Wasn't too bad. Enjoyed it. And yes, I beat it. Great game. Super Mario Land. You haven't played this game, you really need to try it. Yes, I beat it. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. This is actually my first Kid Icarus game. I did get the NES version for Wii Virtual Console and never really got past the first round because I kept dying because you can't actually fall down. Once the screen scrolls, if you fall down out of the screen, you die. Not so in this game. Makes it a lot easier. So, yeah, I beat it. Old School Wheel of Fortune. Only big complaint, the bonus round puzzles, they were full-fledged puzzles, not those little puzzles like you see today. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. Enjoyed it while I was a kid. Pretty easy to beat. What can you say about Donkey Kong? Enjoyable to the fullest. Yes, I beat it. Always a game I love to play, especially on the Super Game Boy for my Super Nintendo. It looked really nice. Asteroids Missile Command. I enjoyed Missile Command a lot more. Asteroids, it was okay, but Missile Command was pretty good. Sometimes I call this Mario and Luigi baseball, but in theory, it's baseball. Played it a ton when I was a kid. Nowadays, I think it's just bland, because it seems to be fairly random whenever you get a hit, or whenever you fly out, or whatever. Would you believe this is the only Mortal Kombat 2 game that I have? I never got the SNES version. And just keep in mind, I was a Nintendo guy back in the days. I had never owned a Genesis. And I still don't. Yeah, not exactly the best decision to just get the Game Boy version. But, oh well, what did I know at the time? Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Great game. Loved it. You hadn't played it? You should. Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. I actually have the NES version of Dragon Warrior 1, and that could take me weeks to beat. This one, Dragon Warrior 1, took me about 2 days to beat. It took me considerably longer to beat Dragon Warrior 2 because I never played it before until I got this game. I never owned it on NES. Plus, in these Dragon Warrior games, you pretty much don't know where to go without instructions or a map or something like that. Trust me, you'll get lost pretty easily. Much, much better than the first Tetris, Tetris DX. Although, it is a lot easier. Kirby's Dream Land 2. Looked great on the Super Game Boy. Enjoyable game. I never beat it because I think in order to reach the final boss, you have to actually pick up certain items in each world, and I never ended up doing that. I don't know why. I just didn't. So I don't think I ever saw the final boss. Tecmo Bowl. Enjoyable. Super Scrabble. The one thing I hate is playing one player against the computer. You'd think that you'd actually, the computer takes their turn, you'd actually get their answer within about, 5 seconds. No, they wait the whole minute at times before they will answer. I'm like, who did that? And last but not least, Battleship. And the only thing I'm going to say is the computer cheats. Literally cheats. If you don't believe me, go look at one of the YouTube videos of this game, and you'll see why. As I said before, I am not a collector. I'm actually not pursuing any new games, any new Game Boy games at this time. And I don't think I ever will. Well, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time, whenever that will be.